You have reached Red Steele's Awesome Toy Collector Review. I'm your man, Red Steele, and today I'll be reviewing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder. But before I get to the actual review, I just want to go over some of the really cool details on this packaging. Up front here, a typical blister tray showing you both the figure and all the accessories inside. And this entire packaging is a nice little throwback to the original packaging, starting with the box art up here of Shredder in the top. Below that, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. Down here it says Shredder, weapon, cutting armor. Again, you have an illustration of Shredder busting through a wall. In the corner here, you have the Playmates logo. In the back of the packaging here, there's some more of that throwback, that original box art style. Except this time you have the Nickelodeon's logo in the corner, and Nickelodeon was not a part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the 80s. They just recently acquired that property. In the corner here, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo, and over here you have a caption that reads, "The evolution of the turtles. A boy's bowl of pet turtles falls into the stench of an underground city sewer. They land on Splinter, a penniless but powerful ninja master who lives in a muck." Then over here it says, "Splinter's enemy, Shredder, leader of the evil Foot Clan, pours a disgusting green ooze over Splinter and accidentally the turtles, hoping to zap him dead." Then over here it says, "Instead, the turtle pets mutate into turtle teens, and Splinter turns into the biggest rat to ever face a trap." Then over here it says, "Splinter, the big cheese leader, teaches the turtles the ways of the ninja. Together they form a kick-stopping fighting team for the side of good against the deadly Foot Clan. Get ready for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." Then down here you have a cross-out of all the available figures, and over here a profile spec that reads, "Portrait of Shredder, the bad guy leader. Vital statistics: weapons, cutting armor, sword, ninja stars, fist dagger, comma, birthplace, Osaka, Japan. Height, 6 feet. Weight, 200 pounds. Down here it says, Shredder is a hideous, gruesome, and all-around bad guy leader of the Foot Clan, the organized band of evil ninjas. The lowlife came to power when he betrayed his master, Hamata Yoshi, now Splinter. Shredder wants nothing more than control of the world, and to get there, he'll stop at nothing, even if it means grating his victims like cheese with his razor-sharp armor. Obstacles in his path are none other than the turtles, and he means to destroy them. Shredder fights a never-ending battle against truth, justice, and the American way. Basically, not a nice guy." Then down here you have the Playmates logo. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Basic Shredder. Shredder was released on January 15, 2023 with the suggested retail price of $11.99, and is available at all major retailers. Shredder was released along with the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Basic figures: Leonardo storage cell, Michelangelo storage cell, Raphael storage cell, Donatello storage cell, Splinter, Krang, Leatherhead, Bebop, Rocksteady, and Foot Soldier. Shredder had 7 points of articulation, and he includes his rack of battle accessories and his signature sword. Shredder stands 4 inches tall, and he is meant for fans ages 4 and up. Now that I have Shredder on my display table, I just want to go over some of his play features and accessories. First of all, I talk about his rack of battle accessories. And this rack is pretty much generic. It came with a lot of the figures in the first, I think, 2 series. I know it came with the original 4 Turtles, and it came with the Foot Soldier, and I believe Splinter too, but he had the crossbow. But this one's almost the exact same one that comes with Leonardo, with the exclusion of the second katana. And I chose not to take him off the tree because back in the day when I was a kid and I took them all off the trees, I'd have tons of these little commas and fist daggers. They'd be all over the house. And the cool thing about this weapon rack though is you could store it. So when I had my turtles displayed after I was done playing with them, I'd have them like the weapons on the racks. But you know, once you lose weapons back then, and this was kind of innovative back in the 80s for them to have like little weapon storage accessories. I think the Turtles were one of the first to do that. Because pretty much every action figure line before that, if you lost the weapons, you were pretty much screwed out of not having the weapons, and you didn't have eBay or second markets to go and acquire these weapons. Either you had to buy a new figure, or you had to have a friend that gave you it second hand. But this is really cool, and I chose not to take the weapons off the accessory because I don't want to have these weapons all over the place. So I'm going to put this off to the side. And Shredder's a really cool figure. It's a nice little throwback. And as you can see, I chose to display my Shredder with his cape outside the belt. For some reason, the packaging on the back of the cross cell, it shows him with the cape in his belt, and he does come shipped that way. And I know a lot of kids chose to keep it like that, but you know, the original comic art, you know, which is what this figure is based on. This figure came out before the animated models came out from the original cartoon series. That's why Shredder is so different from what you see on the cartoon series. It was based more on the comic book. In the comic book, Shredder wore his cape outside the belt. He just had the belt. He was shirtless. But with the animated model, you couldn't really make him shirtless all the time. I mean, there were some cartoon series that did, you know, have the figure shirtless, but I think towards the end of the 80s and the 90s, they were kind of getting away from that, you know, superheroes without shirts on. But I do have the figure that was actually based on the animated model from the cartoon series, the NECA version of Shredder, which is my definitive Shredder. And this one was beautifully done, and I had a review earlier, and this is under the Pinball Shredder, because he kind of came up with like a little pinball set. But a really cool figure. I mean, this is what the animated model was based on. This is what the comic book was based on. I mean, either Shredder. I mean, this Shredder has more of a nostalgic feel to it because I had this Shredder as a kid. Fantastic figure, and I mean, my Shredder got to the point where his limbs were so loose. I'm going to take this NCA figure out of the NECA figure out of the way because I want to talk about Shredder. And I mentioned his limbs got really loose when I played with him so much, and it became really difficult to display Shredder after a little while because, I mean, if you look at his stance, it's very awkward. He's got that one leg that kind of sticks out. He's got that knee bend. I mean, he has 7 points of articulation. He has a wrist articulation, head articulation, shoulder, and hip, which was pretty good back then. But this is kind of a different. It's kind of innovative back in the late 80s to have a figure kind of standing in the stance because if you look at any other action figure lines like G.I. Joe and Star Wars around that time, in the 80s at least, figures were kind of in a fixed pose. I mean, He-Man kind of had the bent knee, bent arms, but they didn't have like stylized poses like this, which makes it very hard to kind of put him on my rotating table so I can show you what he looks like from all angles because he'll fall over. I mean, the feet aren't perfectly flat either, so the way it was designed or molded, I mean, I have it in a stance where it will stand, but the feet are not like flat to the ground. It's a great figure nonetheless. I mean, you have the little points right here, made of a soft plastic. I mean, they can cause a little bit of harm if you know, if kids really like play are very careless with it, but not enough where it can cause some damage. I mean, it's not gonna break any skin. I mean, you know, you don't want to poke yourself in the eye with it because it will cause damage there because it's hard enough to cause some damage, but soft enough where it's not going to cause significant damage. Very nicely done figure. Nice throwback too. I mean, I don't have my original Shredder to do a side-by-side comparison because I sold them off years ago, but I have to say I'm very happy that they reissued these figures. And I know Playmate's really loyal to their fans, and over the years, you know, even with the original production run, they did re-release these figures several times. I mean, if you were around with the years of KB's, where KB's Toys was still around, I mean, KB's was notorious for carrying around the Turtle line. But this figure is fantastic, and if you see it on shelves, and you're a big Turtles fan, and you're from my generation, from the original run, you gotta pick this guy up. But if you guys found any of the information in this review valuable, please like and share this video. Also, if you really enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel. And while you're there, click the bell to be notified of any future videos. I want to thank you guys for watching Red Steele's Awesome Toy Collector Review. I'll check you guys out next time.